All right, welcome back to session 58 of Renaissance of the Antiquities. Last we left our heroes off. They had continued their shenanigans in Holden Keep, Mal furthering his plot to use his father in some sort of strange intermediary position with Lord Holden's absence for who knows how long. While simultaneously trying to uncover the secrets behind the dwarven-bound Almic chest inside of the barracks. With the help of Raoul now, the two of them are working on that together, while the others go about their days in town training and gathering supplies and awaiting the next adventure forward. So, we just picked up with the end of the day, or we just left off at the end of the day, where on that day previously you had met an interesting woman by the name of Jocelyn Nash, an owner of a place called Sears Watcher here in Holden Keep. She seemed a earnest and straightforward woman, genuinely wanting to help those who had issues, whether it be a cup of ale to drink or a bed to rest in for the night. Raoul took her up on this bed offer, but the party came with a various number of other goods and services in requirement as well, as being with Drix and already being told of, she allowed them to peruse her magical wares, where they wound up buying a number of things, striking a couple of deals, and even learning of something called the Orb of Change that had been stolen about a month or so back, which, thinking back on it throughout that evening, for some of you that are more keen, somewhat lines up to the time just before you all had left last time, when you had Jarius and his bugbears here in Holden Keep. Or at least nearby it. Nevertheless, it seems they had taken this Orb of Change back to their place, and the wizardess claims they are doing something futile, but annoying with it in her mind, as she needs it back. And is giving you the option to go and find your own way of retrieving it, before she inevitably has to go herself, which would likely end in death and chaos. On the half-orc, or on the orc's side, you would imagine, based on the items you saw in her shop and her powers. But with a new quest at hand, you all went to sleep. Mowgli and Nithyan doing your normal nightly ritual where you practice sign language and communicate with one another, delving into each other's pasts, looking for anything that might leave an impression upon your minds now, as you both have found a kinship in the way you seem to have this amnesia-like quality to both of your lives in different ways, though. So, that evening, I believe everybody was sleeping at the Striking Giant, save for Raoul, and I imagine Nithyan and Mowgli, who were out at the stables across the street. Is that accurate?
That's where we had been every other night, yeah.
Yep, correct.
Yep.
Okay. So, the morning comes. You can see the overcast skies, leaving a shadowed and dreary kind of gloom hanging to everything. It seems to have had a bit of a snowstorm in the last night, and there's finally a little bit of a layer on the ground, though we'll see if it lasts the day once the sun truly rises, or the suns. And the morning is yours as you get up and go about your various rituals and morning routine.
This morning when I get up, I'm going to. I'd forgotten about this, but I would like to pull out the necklace with the vial that has that magic on it.
Mm-hmm.
That if I open up the vial, it's gonna shoot mice at me. And I'm gonna try and cast Dispel Magic on the.
Go ahead and roll that caster level check. It's 15 plus spell level, if I remember correctly, right? I know it says on the spell.
I can pop the spell in.
Targeted dispel 1d20. 11
plus
spellcaster's caster level.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I have to go think about that now. What level was Sybil?
What level was Sybil?
Let me go find her. Here's my first curveball of the night. A stat block I hadn't anticipated needing because they're dead. Unique NPCs. Here we go. Order the continuity. Sybil Haskios. She was like 7 or 8, something in there. It's in that range where it might make it or break it.
Well, 20.
If it's 11
8,
plus, yeah, he's good all the way up to
9.
9.
Yeah, I just know it was in that upper.
Yeah.
That is.
Remember, we killed her. She wasn't that much higher than us, but
you know, your magic just barely able to penetrate it, as a 20 is exactly what you needed. As you can tell, and you get that sense through your vision of magic, as I presume. Well, I guess that kind of comes with the inherent dispel magic. You see the runic chains dissipate around the top of the lid.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can know I've got detect magic as a cantrip, so
sure, yeah.
That up, so. Okay, I mean, I'll open it and pull out the piece of paper to see what it says.
Okay. It says. What languages do you speak? Never mind. You can read them all. No, you only hear them all. Which do you read?
I've got glasses that let me read them all.
Okay, the glasses work on light. Okay, cool. I couldn't remember if it was speech or text or both.
Text.
I can read everything. I can't understand everything spoken, but I have a spell for that.
Got it. That's what it was. I knew there was two sides of the coin there. In any event, with your glasses, the writing that is scrawled on it at first seems jumbled and unclear and strange, hieroglyphic-like symbols. But then your glasses start to decipher it, and you see them all start to jitter. And in a magical kind of overlay sort of way, you see written on it. To use the key, one must believe it is the right lock, or the door will always fail.
Interesting. I think I need to speak with Raoul.
And it doesn't look like it's written by Sybil. It looks like she just put the magic on this device, and wherever this piece of paper came from, its origin is different. As the parchment that it's on, it has a distinct different texture than everything else you've seen Sybil's notes been written on. It's more refined, more durable. But a bit older with fraying on the edges.
Well, I'm going to go have some breakfast with everybody and go and find Raoul later, probably at the witch's house. Jocelyn's.
Alrighty. You sit down with the lads at the table. They are actually having a somewhat interesting conversation, at least concerning recent events. Drix is talking to Willie about the various shopkeepers and whether or not they have put their dues in. You're not sure what they mean by that. And it seems Drix is, the rest of the conversation sort of hovers around helping Lord Holden and how that's going.
So Drix,
Yeah.
do you think so?
Why is he called
something-
Lord Holden still?
Sorry, Lord Warwick. Habit. I've been calling him Lord Holden for so long. The Lord here at this
made
place.
that mistake once or twice last week. So
Okay.
yeah.
But it goes by
You
last
think so?
name, shouldn't it?
Yes, Lord Irikaz.
Okay. Alright, now I'm happy.
Do you think some of the shop owners are paying their taxes or something, or?
Oh no! It's got nothing to do with that. It's kind of. Well, look, I don't know exactly what happened up there. I have a little bit of an idea. That don't matter. So I've been trying to work with shopkeepers like I have been before y'all came and made that a little more complicated for me. And I've been ensuring I have their support so that I can kind of lean that toward whatever y'all want to do. Because if the shops close up or they start refusing aid, then that's a big downward spiral to drawing attention to this place from them arbiter folk.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, you should be expecting one to arrive sooner or later, as they are sort of the go-betweens between the different places here in this region.
Sorry,
Like
the
they
what
don't.
folk?
The arbiters, the fancy
arbiters.
folk that don't like magic.
Yeah.
Yeah, them. Anyway, other than that, Irikaz is doing well up there. We'll see how the pressure goes. And, well, he's got lots of people questioning him. But
Is there anyone you're particularly worried about?
well, let me see. One moment. So, yeah. Mr. Captain Jules Harrigan. He's kind of the warden of things around here. He kind of helps keep the town guard together. And he still feels mighty suspicious about things from what it sounds like Irikaz is saying. And if he turns on the town I mean, he is the town guard behind him. That would be my biggest worry, to be honest. If we don't have Hurricane behind Irakaz soundly, then you may lose control of things. I mean, I suppose y'all could just kind of...
Man?
Huh?
Is he a religious man?
Hurricane? I don't know the man myself, really. I just know he's been asking lots of questions, trying to get a timeline built, or talking about one. He seems rather devoted, I suppose. Don't know if you could take that as religious. I guess I don't know what he's devoted to other than his work. Politics are boring. I'm leaving. Do you need me? I'll be at the Sears Watcher. I'm gonna go check out some of the other things, see what else she knows.
Oh, yes, I need to go there as well to talk to her. I'll walk with you to his room.
See ya, Drix. See ya.
No.
Willie the whole time just sort of sat there and listened and soaked it all in. You could see his keen eyes kind of just absorbing the treacherous and tricky ways between the words. Nith, Mowgli, anything the two of you are getting up to out in the barn out of the ordinary this morning? Or anything you have planned?
Well, the caravan's there, but we left the squirrel over at the other place, right?
Yeah.
It's Sears Watcher, yes.
Yeah. So, without knowing what anybody else was to do, this was what I was going to do. I was going to get up, do my maneuvers, my morning bathing, and look around for a towing squirrel and go, oh yeah, need to go get him. And ask Mowgli if Mowgli wants to go get a towing squirrel and bring him back.
Mowgli eat?
Oh, there was good question. As a nightly ritual, if I still have points left over on the embrace thing, I always produce a ton of food. So there's always a ton of food. The grocery thing that you saw of fruits and vegetables and pumpkins and watermelons and whatever else might grow, plus some seeds and berries and stuff that I collect. I do that whenever there's, to make sure it's always new and fresh.
Does Mowgli have the crown is not enacted yet, right? It hasn't been 24 hours, correct?
Not in the morning. It'll be a couple of hours. Closer to noon is roughly when you guys went yesterday.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'll trail along to go see the squirrel.
So that's what I was going to do. You can time it out however you want, but that's exactly what I was going to do, regardless.
No worries. And then that leaves us with Raoul, who is already at Sears Watcher, but that is actually to note, as you do wake up there, Raoul. You awaken feeling very, very well rested. There is, when you awaken, a little side table next to your bed here, or the top of that like wardrobe chest thing, and there's a plate of fresh pancakes sitting on it, still steaming, the butter only just beginning to melt on the side.
I don't know what is this city of not having meat. Ever. I'll take it.
There might be meat in the pancakes, like bacon.
It's better than the stew that the other guy made, at least. That guy needs to learn how to make a stew. And he just starts eating. Man, who the hell is she talking to last night? I heard talking in the middle of the night. Kind of disrupted my sleeping. Who just talks to himself in the middle of the night? I don't know. He says ironically as he's talking to himself while eating pancakes. Delicious. Let's see. At least slept well. Wait, where the hell is she? Wait, didn't she say she had to go somewhere? Like she actually doesn't live here. I don't remember. See if the door is locked. Without her, I can't get drinks because it doesn't look like she actually has drinks. She just magically makes things appear. Are the doors locked?
There is a bar across the back of the doors that you could lift out of the way.
I wonder how mad she would be if I opened this up and left it unlocked. What's the bar made out of?
It's made of wood.
Okay.
Looks like some spruce. It's a darker
wood.
wood.
I asked. Because even if it was made out of metal, I couldn't move it.
Your lucky day, sand.
It's made out of rock. It's 1,000 fucking pounds.
Yes, the 2-ton doorstop.
What time is it?
It is morning time, so whenever Raoul normally wakes up.
Well, it normally wakes up early. Which is weird because he usually stays up late drinking too, but as everyone has noticed, drinking doesn't really affect him. Never drinks enough to where it gets to a point where it even bothers him. Well, snoo you lose. I opened the bar. I removed the bar.
So, it's one of those moments, Raoul. Have you ever gone to open a door and, like, you're 1,000% certain that you're gonna have this door, and it's one of those, like, pull doors, so you go to pull it, and you don't even look, and you're gonna go to pull it?
Yeah. Yeah.
That begins to happen to you as you're beginning to walk out. You're just gonna push, not pull. And the door pulls away, and you just face plant forward out of the door. You don't quite fall, but your hand plants firmly right onto Wizrune's chest.
Ah, Wizrune, Fizz.
Raoul, you muted.
Feel the-
Fizz.
Did you feel the softness of my gloves on your chest, Wizrune?
Why are you touching me?
I didn't know you were here. Why are you here?
This is a store.
I was hoping to. Yeah.
Better question. Why is your chest touching my hand?
Do we need to have a conversation, Raoul?
I think you should.
Oh, she's not here.
Are you able to let us in, or are you just gonna stay halfway through the door?
You guys, if you guys want to come in, come in. She doesn't have any drinks, so. All
Are
right,
we able to open up the door, or no? Are we able to open up the door, or no?
Yeah, Raoul took the bar off, so when Wizard tried it, it just came right open.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah.
I see what happened. I thought the door didn't open, and he went through like an illusion of some kind.
No.
Okay. Oh, Raul, I have some news about that key. I
Yes.
managed to dispel the magic that was protecting that vial that we found on Sybil. It would appear that you need to think that the key is correct for the lock to open or something. It's kind of weird.
That makes
I don't know,
sense.
maybe you have to think. Because you mentioned that you'd have to think about something specific, right?
And I tried everything last night. Well, after you left, I tried all sorts of stuff.
Mowgli, Nithir, and you guys are approaching the shop as well at this point.
I tried thinking like it was like it was actually a keyhole, and I was putting the key into the keyhole and then turning it. I tried
Did
thinking
you
about
think that the
combination.
key did you think that the lock was correct for the key?
No. I'm saying this because we never actually role played this.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming whenever I tried to figure it.
When
that
you
is a
tried
weird way to
when
think
you
of it.
when you have both tried to use the key before, each time I have asked you, okay, what are your intentions
Yes.
or what are you thinking about?
But at the end of last session, you said, okay, Raul, you're left with this for a few hours. When we come back next session, you're going to be able to roll your check or whatnot. And also give me an idea of what you thought would be a good thing during that time. So Raul was left to that safe and key by himself for hours.
Yeah, so go ahead and do your astrocraft.
Alright. That was me just
Part of what you were saying narratively there, though, it sounded like you had figured it out, so I wasn't worried about it.
No, I wasn't either. I was just improvising there. I wasn't going to let it bother the mojo as we were going there. Actually, open up the character sheet. I never have it open the first time we actually need it. Crap. 31.
Oh, nice. Wow.
So this makes a lot of sense what he's saying right now to you, Raul. Especially with all your time last night with the safe. Just like a lot of arcane and divine-based magical items work off of keywords, where it's something verbally spoken, perhaps sometimes something that's physically that you do to an item to activate it. But you know that Omic items are very much so centered around idea and thought and intention as their means of activation. So in the same way, it's kind of like a command word, but it could be a specific thought in terms of a specific sentence of thought. It could be a specific way of thinking. So this is what you're getting with the 31, by the way, right here. I'm elaborating on this. It could be seeing the color blue and enjoying it and liking the color blue. That idea could be a quote-unquote command word for items when using them. So they can be very esoteric in a sense. And what Mal's saying here with that piece of paper, if you believe it is the right, so it has something to do with your state of mind and knowing that this is the right door for the key kind of thing.
Yes, I was. That was going to be like the next thing I tried was thinking about this was the right key to open this lock. But it was past time.
Well, we should be able to go there today, and I mean, I kind of want to have a little chat with the
Know
captain.
that it open, you should.
The door is wide open, by the way. You see Mowgli and Nithirian coming down the street.
Man, like I said, it got to a point last night where I was just like, you know what? I hear it's time for me to go home. Well, not home, but here. I was thinking about the wonderful drinks and whatnot. I was like, well, we can continue this in the morning. I was starting to get there.
Yeah. Oh, hello there, Nithirian and Mowgli.
Oh wow, everybody's here.
Yeah.
I slept here. By the way, she likes to talk to herself at night. I don't know about what though.
How peculiar. Has anybody seen Jocelyn?
Not since last night.
Or Taween.
Oh, no, I believe the cage is over there.
Okay.
I don't know this.
Oh, there it is.
That squirrel scares me.
I come with nuts in hand.
Tawi and Squirrel accept the nuts happily. Seemingly a little happy to see you. Its mind has not fully become Taween's yet, at least in terms of observance. There's still a haze.
Well, I don't know that anyway.
He doesn't know anyway. I'm just saying for Tim's sake.
Right.
I'll
It's
let
just
you
a
know
squirrel.
when you can assume anything that Taween Squirrels hears and sees is something Taween might know later.
Yeah.
As you guys
Probably
get there,
should stay here. We
Good.
probably should stay here until she gets back. We don't want to leave the store unlocked.
I suppose I did have. I mean, we do have to collect that coin, and I wanted to ask her about another thing. Potentially buy.
Well, I don't have much money. I put a lot of money towards these. Shoes for hands.
Mm-hmm.
Hand shoes.
You know, Raoul, has anybody ever talked to you about diversification?
What do you mean?
Not putting all your eggs in one basket.
What type of basket are we talking about? Not what type
Eggs?
of eggs.
I don't have any eggs, Mowgli.
Yeah, there's no food or drinks actually here. She makes everything magically appear. So without her, this place is kind of dull.
There's a lot of food back at the barn where the caravan's at.
Did you make it?
No, the gloves made it.
Yeah, I don't want that.
It's good.
You don't make any meat. What is it with these people not wanting to eat meat?
Mowgli
mean,
want to
if
eat your tail.
Certainly lasts longer on the road if you're just eating nuts and whatnot.
Yeah, who can live off that though, besides Nit?
Anybody could actually, if you put your mind to it. I could teach you if you want.
No, I'm good. I can't live a week without wine. Okay, you think I could live that long with just seeds and nuts?
Well, and water.
I need the finer things in life.
They weigh you down.
But
They block the energy from within.
they don't block my energy.
so as you guys are there waiting for a little while. A good half hour or so goes by. And half of you are just idly waiting around at this point. Most of the conversations died off. And eventually, in comes Jocelyn. Oh, good morning, everybody. It seems you all beat me here this morning.
I let them in if you don't care.
Oh, that's fine. There's nothing of value to be taken up front. At least, unless you know where to look.
That's what I told them.
Have you eaten?
Yes, thanks for the pancakes.
You see she's got a few bags that she's carrying. Yeah, no worries. I thought that might be something you like. At least I like it. Puts the bags down. These tarp bags. Or, like, canvas bags. And slides over the
Towing should
table.
be at this table. I moved Towing Squirrel.
There we go.
There you go.
You see her go about and put a few things away and comes back over the table. Anybody need food or drink while you all are here?
I'm good.
Raoul raises his hand.
She
Mowgli will always eat pretty much anything.
Good to know. A mountain of food appears before Mowgli. All sorts of meats. And Raoul. Food and drink appears before you as well.
I just need the drink.
After Mowgli eats everything on his table, he goes to Raoul's table.
You're gonna have the food I ate this morning.
So did you finish the coin yesterday, or?
I just need to put the finishing touches on it. I just went and grabbed the last few things for it. But I should have that done in just a few minutes. But was anything else you needed before then?
I mean, I am looking for something
Oh.
that perhaps you could help me acquire.
I suppose it depends on what that something might be. What are you looking for? If I can
looking
acquire it,
for-
probably, but when I can acquire it, that's probably the question. So,
Yes. I'm looking for a butterfly that would be suitable for a familiar in the future.
a butterfly
Mm-hmm.
suitable for a familiar.
Oh yeah, you were talking about the butterfly at the caravan yesterday.
Yes, I forgot yesterday when we were actually here. I was distracted with all the calculations I was purchasing of your services.
And what makes you believe, as a user of magic, that you even want a familiar?
I just have a feeling that it'll be useful.
Ah. So you seek it for your own gain.
Sure.
It's not a companion or a friend you wish, or an animal that you wish to care for. It is a tool to be used.
I mean, I will care for it.
But is that why you want it?
I suppose not.
The funny thing about familiars, I mean, pets are one thing, you know, having a cat, a dog, I had a snail as a girl, but that is a very surface level connection. But when you use magic and a magical bond is formed, that is a very important thing. It must be between the right people and creature. or being or entity or whatever. Try seeking out one. Depending on where you seek and when you seek, you might find interesting results. But don't just go looking around in a field for butterflies. Use your magic too. Find a way to connect to that nature part that lives around us.
Or use nuts. That works real good for Taween.
Yeah, okay.
I could purchase you a familiar. A butterfly, I would have to do some traveling to obtain, as it is winter here now, but it would feel less right, I think, for you.
Okay. Well, thank you for the information, though. Something
And I don't really have any livestock at the moment, so. But if I see a butterfly, I'll keep an eye out. So, I'm gonna go put the finishing touches on the coin. I just need to borrow your little friend here for a minute, if that's alright. She looks at you, Nithirn, for permission.
I nod.
A few
I forget,
minutes.
out of character. Did you order the scrolls too, or we just did the coin? And the
we ordered the scrolls, but she needs the egg. Well, not the egg. The
Orb.
or
Orb.
okay, got it. Okay, I remember now.
Yeah.
Thanks. Go ahead.
So, a few minutes go by, and you see it just seems like she's scribbling some notes down. You hear her mumble a few arcane words here and there, sprinkle a few things over a coin. She puts her hand in a cage at one point, and surprisingly, Taween Squirrel doesn't break her fingers or bite her. And then she comes back. She walks up to you, Fizz. Puts the Taween Squirrel cage down on the table for you, Nithir. And hands you what looks like a golden coin. An older, traditional golden coin. Not the Astron ships that make up currency today. But instead of any sort of mint or wording or labeling on it that might denote what era it came from or what civilization, it is instead just a rough depiction of a squirrel. Now, you say you're looking for a familiar, so I take it you know a bit about magic, so I'm not gonna explain to you how to use a magical item more than you need, but just throw this down on the ground and speak its command word. And don't worry, I'll write it down on a little piece of paper for you. And wherever the squirrel is, provided you're on the same plane as it will appear. But instead of the squirrel, it shall be temporarily your friend. For 4 days. Then he will become a squirrel again. And the coin will snap him back to his original place. In a sense. Just don't let him die. That would be bad. I'd rather not have a dead body snap back to wherever you leave this cage. Could frighten the townsfolk or wherever you leave it.
True.
Or if it were in a small space and a whole body came dead through it, it could destroy wherever you leave it. I'd keep an eye out for that too. Just trying to help.
It's good to know, though, that it'll bring him to us and return him.
Well, it's because I bound the coin to kind of the essence of the man, not so much the squirrel itself. So it's not really teleporting the squirrel, more so taking that essence that's bound to the coin and projecting it into something that feels and seems real enough. For the mental part, the body is his, it's being pulled as well through the separation.
What about the stuff that he has on him?
Should all
Quite
be
a
there.
bit of... Yeah, but like, I think he had like this chest on him when he changed. Like, if he was to leave that with us, would it teleport back with him after the time expired, or would
It shouldn't.
It shouldn't. Interesting. Interesting.
I mean, anything on his person again when it ends would.
So you're saying don't let him pick up the ore?
That would make things more difficult. But it's fine. Just don't let him
Okay.
change and disappear with it. That would be rather annoying.
Yes, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Raoul,
It's,
did you?
I was just going to add, it's interesting, the way I was able to make the coin, because it's not so much that this is your friend here, and she points to the table. It's a strange mutation. I've never quite seen one like it. He is actually somewhere else. But this thing is here. Yet there's a link between them.
We saw him turn from his form into the squirrel right in front of our eyes.
It's true, but I mean, I certainly didn't understand it at the time, Nithir.
Oh, we sat there and watched him morph. When the creature hit him, and we had to catch the squirrel.
Yeah, but
It is a transformation of sorts still. That is what makes it unique. But I might be able to restore that connection.
well, what would you need to do that?
As I've said, the Orb of Change.
The order of change. Okay, I see. Well, Raoul, do you want to head over to the guard quarters?
Yep.
Well, we don't need to leave Taween here, do we?
You don't have to.
Okay.
I mean, he can stay in the caravan.
Yeah.
with you.
Yeah, I think I'd rather keep him with us.
Do you want to bring him on the journey to the camp, or because it sounds like we could leave him with Drex again?
Let me think about that. I was kind of thinking to try to. His training is getting pretty good to stay with me. I was thinking to take him with us.
Okay. Whichever you prefer.
But I'll listen to whatever everybody else suggests as well.
I'm good either way. Well, shall we head out?
Yes. We shall.
Alright, Mowgli, I'm gonna go back to the caravan. If you want to come
Mowgli
and go, up to you.
wants to come too, but first, I'd like Wiz to look at 2 items.
Oh, right.
Do you mind, Wiz?
No problem. What do you need?
So he pulls out, well, he keeps the crown on, he points to it, and he pulls out the blankie.
Jesus.
Oh, we know what the crown does.
Well, we don't know
Yeah,
everything.
You do. You know what the crown does.
It's probably only we just don't know the details on the blanket yet.
Hmm. Jocelyn sort of wanders over while Wizard's looking at the 2 items and watches them. Wizard's face kind of contorts in frustration as he can't figure it out, it seems. And he just kind of looks over and sees her looming. You do it. Just slides it over across the table. She just smiles. You insist? You see her cast some magic. And she explains precisely what the blanket does. How it can fly, how it only holds a certain amount of weight. 1 moment.
400 pounds.
Yep.
Oof. Well, I guess Mowgli's not going to be making a lot of rides.
Well, so it can hold 400 pounds and fly at full speed, which is 60 feet or so. However, if you it can carry up to 800 pounds and go up to double its weight limit, but it cuts its speed in half. Anything over 800 and it just will not fly. So it'll move a little bit slower, but in terms of combat, if you were to do it in that sort of sense, because I know you mentioned that, it would be like the normal character's movement speed. You just wouldn't have the option of like running or double moving or anything like that.
But once I was off it, and maybe Nith was off it, it would go back to full capacity. Maybe Raul.
Yeah, whoever could jump on it. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Now, like any other situation, when you're airborne doing stuff, if you get hit or things like that, like you can get knocked off, you can take damage, it's easier potentially to, harder to cast magic while flying sometimes, depending on the situations.
So, because carpenter flyings are they're really weird. And this one doesn't have an intellect, correct?
No, it's not intelligent.
Okay. So
it just
might help
there.
Help
So,
explain what happens if you
so
fall off of it, that type of thing.
It basically has a command word for like on and off. And it has I suppose it would have various command words. It would have like
spoken
trying to think
directions
of it.
Is what it says.
Yeah, spoken directions. So I guess it wouldn't be a series of command words, but it would just, if you spoke to it and told it like go up, go down, go really fast, go left, go right, head over there, like it would kind of understand what you're trying to communicate to it. But if you fall off of it, it's just gonna be there in the air where you last put it. It's kind of like a car situation. Like if you turn the engine on and you just leave it off in the parking lot, It's not going to go anywhere, but it's still on. You just forgot to take
And
the key
anyone
out.
can take it at that point, correct? Anyone can
Right.
command it.
Anybody could hop on it, and if they understood how to drive a car, or in this case, utilize the magic of this, they could do that.
Okay.
So the
I thought
layman
there was something else
probably
about
doesn't.
the crown that we didn't know.
No, not the crown.
Maybe I'm
no.
not
No,
remembering
you know
correctly.
You know everything about the crown.
Okay. All right.
You just haven't selected the skill. That's all.
Yeah, you
Okay.
just had to choose what skill the crown gives 7 ranks into the wearer. Other than that, it gives +2 to all of your mental stats.
So to help on the carp a little bit more, if you get on it, you know the command word, and so unless somebody divines it out or discovers it, you're right now the only one that knows it.
But I could teach it theoretically to someone else if I chose
Yeah,
to.
you could share it.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay.
Then the command word activates it and deactivates it, and
Mhm.
then anybody on it can go up, down, left, right, forward. I don't know what its flight skill is. I don't know if it's not perfect, is it? Is it perfect flight?
I believe it is perfect because it can hover.
Okay, good. So it can go straight up, straight down, left, right, 45 degrees, whatever you want. Full weight, 400 pounds is 40 feet per round. 800 pounds is 30 feet per round. And then hover, you have to do without making a fly check, right? So, and it's +5 to your fly checks. So you do have to have fly checks, which includes whether or not, I don't know how the rules go if you can stay on or not, but there's rules
That's
around
only when
being
they
able-
come up, really.
Yeah.
Um,
Wind affects it if there's wind.
Yeah, so really,
Taking-
really strong winds.
Yeah.
Taking damage.
Okay. Cool.
So, a little bit of a trick to fly it. It's not like you see in the movies where it has its own thought. It's a dumb vehicle.
If you turn greater than 180 degrees or fly up greater than 45-degree angle, there's some skill involved in that, which means a fly check. So there's a couple of reasons why the skill might come up, depending on what you're doing with it.
I don't think anyone in our group has fly ability, do they? I'm sure they don't. Maybe roll. I would think no one did.
Having a flying carpet's a great reason while with practicing with it to put a rank in at level up or something if you guys start using it and like it. Use it as a story bead to help your growth if you wanted. So, she explains the blanket to you and steps off to the side. Well, I'm going to get back to my things I need to do today. If you guys need anything, feel free to come by. If I'm out, well, I'll be back sooner or later.
Mowgli, thank for the food and information.
You're welcome. I'm glad I could help you.
All right, so now we head back to the caravan, Neth.
That's what I'm doing. Whether you go with me or if you go with Wiz or Fizz.
You've been feeding him, so he's tagging along with you for now.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. The two of you head back to the caravan. Wizard stays behind to peruse her magical wares a bit.
I take Towie.
Yep. And Raoul and Fizz, the two of you, head off to the barracks, I believe.
Yes.
Yep.
I do.
To the safe.
Indeed. The two of you arrive at the barracks. You see the same guard that was standing there yesterday about this time. He looks bored. He notices you, nods. Head in.
Thank you.
And then he follows you in. Captain Harrigan's out this morning.
Oh.
He opens up the door,
Where?
goes into the office. Don't know,
Thank God.
didn't say. Said he was going out. Be back later.
Did you like working with him?
It's a fine job. I get to beat up drunk people from time to time. Pay's not bad. And he shuts the door as you guys both are in and just stands there by it and watches you both.
See, this is why I couldn't get any work done, because he was watching me the whole time.
Captain's orders.
Yeah. Well, I assume that all the girls swoon over you, considering you're in such an important position.
What girls? There's some hogs in town.
To each their own.
Oh, so you don't have a girl then?
Nah. My girlfriend's the
captain?
bottom of the bottle.
I know that, mistress.
I'm supposed to ask, are you going to be performing magic things today?
No.
So my eyes will lay upon no magic, no attempts at magic, no accidents like yesterday where it was, oops, I thought this wasn't magic, but this is magic. I should have shown you, Mr. Sir.
Magic.
Just show him your papers. I mean, there's some things you might interpret as magic.
I'm just correcting this, man. This isn't magic, okay?
It is the is what he calls it.
Am I going to show you some and Alstocraft? Sure.
If I see any sort of lights where there ain't a fire and it ain't a sun, it's magic. If it makes something appear and it weren't there before, it's magic.
Whatever. Here's my paperwork.
Does the captain have a wife or girlfriend?
Yep,
Sure,
he's married.
So I'll be performing magic.
I believe he's got a son.
How old's his son?
Why are you asking these things? Why do we care about the captain's son?
I mean, I don't got a lot to do here while you're going over the safe, bro. I just figured I was making some idle chat with the fellow.
Roll a diplomacy.
Pass the time.
As you were at. Roll a diplomacy against the guard.
Low roll.
I think he's of age. I think I recall Harrigan saying he was proud or something a couple weeks back when military came through and drafted him. I didn't get drafted. I'm exempt because I already served the town.
Yeah.
It would have sucked having to go.
How come he didn't did his son volunteer or?
Captain's always about loyalty and protecting the ones around you, and he was ecstatic. An honor thing, he called it.
I see.
Can't have it if you're dead, is what I say.
An honest man. I see. Very true.
As they're talking in the background, Raoul, what is it you're doing?
He's completely ignoring this conversation. He's just like,
I figured as much. In an entirely different world.
I got magic to do. man doesn't know the difference between magic and Probably thinks my kinetic abilities are magic too. I get right to work. I do like the first thing, think about this key, the right fit for this lock. What's that roll for?
The guard to hear if he heard you mumbling that stuff you said.
I'm not even really trying. It's not like I'm even mumbling it.
I know, but he's caught up with Mal, and you're just kind of idly saying it in the way Raoul mumbles. So
Yeah, and he'll be like, So I have to think about this key being the right fit, but why is there so many holes though? So many perfect spots to put this. I bet you there's still a combination for this.
He talked himself right out of it.
he
No,
was
he's still gonna
bluffing.
try
He
it.
was bluffing, and he's telling the truth. Sorry, I couldn't help to make that analogy.
Yeah. Let's try it, see what happens. But I have a feeling there's still going to be a combination to this fucking thing. So I will take the key, press it against one of the numbers.
Which number?
Let's see, I knew this was going to happen. I don't know what type of number is Raoul thinking of. Probably just the top right one. And he's probably not even thinking about which number is which. He's probably just like, this one's the closest one. Let's try this one. And he presses the key against the hole. And then he'll even do like the turning motion if it's able to, like turn the key, and he's like, the perfect key for this. This will fit in the hole.
So, Raoul, as you slot the key, what precisely are your intentions, and what do you think?
He's thinking about the key going into like a actual hole, like if it was a door, and then turning it to unlock the door, as if it was the perfect key for that hole, for that door.
All right. Different approach and different picture, but nevertheless, the intention is the same. That this key will open this door. And as you slot the key onto it and have that thought, Raoul, knowing that this item reacts to thought in this way, you feel that it's interesting when works. It's not an electrical buzzing or any sort of physical thing you're seeing, at least in this case. It's that sense of it worked kind of comes over you. You don't know that you can know that for certain logically, but the gives that feeling of that it worked kind of thing. So it's a strange sensation. It defies logic a little. But, nevertheless, you slot the key, you think your thought, and the chest itself begins to glow between the metalworking, where there would be seams. There's a dull golden glow. And then the button, or at least that little rectangular part the key fit over, is now glowing, but none of the others. And you have now the key hanging on this glowing rectangle piece.
Is the safe open?
Do you move the key? It didn't twist left or right.
Okay.
But are you keeping it on socket or are you pulling it off? Or anything?
Is there like a handle to the safe?
There's not.
So there's like nothing to grab onto to open the door?
Not from what you can see. It's all part of like the intricate, boxy design of this safe.
I'll give it like that little pull. Like I don't want I'm not giving it my full strength, but I'm just like, is it locked? Is it like stuck to the safe now? Type of pull. It's giving it that little
on the key.
Yeah.
I see. You pull the key away, and as you do, the light seems almost like if it were water or smoke being held by a bowl. You've just removed the bowl out from underneath of it, and all of the light that was pent up in that rectangular key spills out across the rest of them, and they all fade. And there's this golden interiored, kind of bright yellow hole in the side of it now. And you can't see any sort of dimensionality to it where this hole is. It's just like a sheet of golden light where the keypad used to be. But it's not particularly emanating and like lighting the room up. It seems it's consolidated to there.
So now there's just a hole?
Golden light from where there used to be the keypads.
I touch the light.
You put your hand in. Your hand fades through the light. There's a bit of warm tingliness to it. And then you feel like the floor, the base of something with your hand. You feel the left, you feel a wall, you feel the right, you feel a wall, you feel up a little bit. You get about elbow deep. And anywhere your elbow can twist and turn in this 1.5 by 1.5 space, this hole, you can reach in and sort of feel that there's like this box inside, roughly the size of the box itself. But you don't feel or see anything in there.
Now we have a bag of holding, don't we?
I believe you do, yes.
We do.
So I understand how that works.
We have 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's going to treat this like a bag of holding now and think about the quill.
Okay. No quill comes forth.
Was it it was just called a quill. I think it's actually a hammer, a golden hammer.
Its title was the
Quill of Creation, I believe.
I start thinking about golden hammer.
Nothing seems to find your hand.
I see you've made some progress, Raoul.
Yes. I got the numbers fell off. It's now just a hole. Or at least a light coming out of it. And it's kind of like, I don't know. I'm thinking it's kind of like the bag of holding we have. I don't know. I've thought about just a quill creation. Nothing came out. Thought about a hammer.
Well, I mean, there appears to be some sort of gold light. Have you thought about just perhaps gold coin? Maybe this one just has gold coin in it.
Maybe. I think about gold coins. Does anything come out?
10 golden coins come out.
Ah. I put them back. I don't care about those.
I mean, that would be useful for the town. I believe it is the town's property.
Oh. I take out the gold coins and throw them at Fizz here. What else could be in here?
Sir, that's not your money. Please put it back.
I'm giving it to Fizz to give to the people.
I mean, I was gonna take it up to the Lord, but I guess let's put it back and we'll just explain how to get the money, because there might be more money in there. I'll explain it to Warwick, or maybe we can get Lord Irikaz. Perhaps we can get Lord Irikaz down here and show him how to work this.
Maybe. What about this one? Put my hand back in there, and I think about Astron Shard.
Nothing.
Damn it. What does this Quill of Creation look like?
Too bad Try's not there because he's already got it figured out.
I mean, it's used to create stuff, so I imagine that it.
I thought it was a hammer.
Wasn't it described as some sort of rod?
It's a hammer.
It's a hammer? Okay. I mean, maybe it's not. Have you just tried thinking about like a forging hammer rather than like were you thinking it'd be like a gold hammer? I don't know. Maybe it's not actually gold. Maybe they just called it gold, but it's just got like a little accent of gold, so it's not actually gold.
Okay.
Artists are sometimes like that.
I know you are. I put my hand back into the safe and I think of a forging hammer.
Nothing.
Well, let's try. Like maybe they hadn't figured out that it could work on any of the numbers. Maybe we need to use it in like for a specific number.
Ah.
I don't know how you get the pin pad back, but maybe you gotta put the key in and pull it out again or something. I don't know.
True. Maybe that's how it works. All right, let's see. I'm going to press the key back to where I'm guesstimating where that number digit was. And I'm going to think
as you hold up the key, like ready to be done with it, the golden light fades and reforms back up at that 7 spot, and then dissipates, and the chest returns to normal.
We're starting to get somewhere.
Yep.
I'm going to do the same thing to the hole next to it. So the middle top one.
All right, the 4. You slot it in, similar golden light, except now it all gathers in this spot under the number 4, and then as the key is pulled away, it washes over the window, quote unquote, and you see an extra dimensional space opened up. Again, golden light, same visual.
Okay. I put my hand in it. Think about
Okay.
forging hammer. Take it out.
You do not find one.
Maybe ask for gold coins. Let's see if there's 10 there's still in there.
On a gold bar.
I put my hand into it and think about gold coins again. And take it back out.
How many gold coins are you thinking of? Just a general amount, a handful's worth? Is that what your thought
Yeah.
is? You get a handful of coins. Golden coins.
So that one has more gold in it.
Maybe 15, maybe 20, maybe more. At least in that handful.
I put it back.
Okay.
I think about an Astron shard real quick.
Nope.
Damn it.
I mean,
Alright.
it sounds like we might
So
have to
do you-
try
so
each one.
Do you know what number you did on the second one? I'm just curious.
We did 7 and 4.
Yeah, we've done
did-
7 before.
He said handful, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a handful of gold.
Try a bar, big gold bar. See what happens with that.
We don't need a big gold bar.
Doesn't matter what you need.
Raul's not interested in a big gold bar.
Interested to find out what the thing is.
You close that one.
Okay.
And then does the left top corner.
So 1. Alright. You open that one up. Same deal.
Yep, same deal. I think about the hammer first.
Raul, your hand touches something metallic. You can feel it is light, but has weight to it at the same time. It fits well in the hand.
I start to pull it out.
You see what looks like a smith's hammer. It's got both sides that are flat edges, but it is entirely made what looks to be of gold. And what's more is it is so polished it looks mirror-like, with a reflection in the gold. The handle itself seems to have what looks to be silver, kind of with spirals and loops and twists and turns that make this intricate design all the way down the handle, but the design is very comfortable to hold on to at the same time. You can see in the center top where normally when you create a weapon or hammer or tool that is on a like stick or a rod, like a hammer or like a hammer or hatchet, there is a wedge that goes in the very top that holds the stick to the metallic head or whatever. Well, in this case, it is that same sort of concepts. It looks like. I guess it inspired this design, I suppose is the best way to say it. For there's a slot on the top, and it has an Astron shard jammed in the top that is of a white color.
I think we found what we're looking for.
And then
Well,
there's
hold on a
like
sec. Go
a
ahead.
small mesh cage built over the top of it. It looks like it is a full intact shard inside, but it has been like welded to the top. For one to remove the shard would likely mean to destroy the hammer.
Can you stick your hand in there, Raoul, and just think about armor? Grapple and that.
Sure. I do that. I put my hand in there and think about armor.
You do feel the edges of something, but it's thick and heavy. Do you pull it out?
Sure.
Raoul begins to pull out plates of metal with locks and little loops, pieces of chain off of the edges of them. As you're pulling it out, in the pieces, it looks familiar. At least the style. It looks very well. It looks very battle worn, and it looks like it has been patched a number of times. But it is of the same design of that of the plate armor that Noth used to wear. And there's a cloak that has metallic hooks that kind of attach to the shoulders. And on the back of the cloak is the symbol for the Order of the Continuity.
I believe there might be a sword in there as well, Raoul.
How do you know this?
It's a long story, my friend.
Sure. I'll think about a sword.
You pull out a great sword, Raoul. Again, it is heavy. It looks like it's made of a dark red, almost black iron. And it is twice as heavy as you'd expect a sword of this size and material to be made out of, if it were to be made of normal iron. But it is not like any great sword you've ever seen. It has a number of hooks and jags that jut out near the edge of the sword, almost like teeth. And it has a nasty sort of hook off the back end on one side of the top of the sword, making it less a great sword and more some strange hybrid between great sword and something else. But it looks like it could have multiple uses or function were one trained enough to use whatever this is.
Interesting. I put my hand back into there and think of an Astron shard.
Raoul, your hand grasps
Ah!
around something. You pull it out, and this Astron is blacker than the night sky itself. Not even reflection is cast off of this crystal, leaving it a strange spot in the room, regardless of the lighting, save for in the darkness.
What are you going to say about this stuff, guard?
Well,
I believe we'll.
it looks like a hell of a lot of magic. And it looks like valuable things Lord Holden had under lock and key for, I'm sure, very good reason. And that I'm sure the new Lord Irikaz and Captain Hurricane would be grateful to have added to our armory.
What about the Astron shard? And the hammer.
Again, the things within this chest are the contents of the Lord.
Hey, there's the Lord right there.
Roll me a bluff check.
I knew. I was already turning to that.
He gives you this deadpan look. Put the crystal back in the box.
Now, I mean, guard, this could be useful for what we are dealing with underneath the citadel. That gem could be the key to ensuring that nothing bad happens.
Then it sounds even more important. We tell Captain Harrican so he can report to Lord Ericaz, and you can go over the findings with them. I'm just doing my job, man.
Yes, and what time of day is it? Would you say?
It's like
Early.
10 a.m. maybe. Maybe 9 even. It's early.
And when did he said he thought the captain would be back?
He said later.
Later.
I imagine that means... Who knows? I'm not his mom.
I don't know.
You guys got the keys, so if you put it back in, it's still safe.
You act like one sometimes.
No, I'm trying to debate if I try to do something here or not.
My plan will have failed on
Will
both
he be
ends.
back before nightfall?
Probably.
Because I'd like
Shall
to
I
speak with him.
tell him you're looking for him? You could wait here in the hall if you'd like for him. Or outside. Or write a note. If you can, he can read. Whether I'm standing here in the hall or out there makes no difference to me.
You win this time.
This isn't a contest.
So what's happening with the armor? He wants to keep that for the armory for the keep.
That was speculation. I don't know. I was told all the contents are the Lord's, and then if you guys figure out to open it, to report to the captain, that's my job.
Ah,
You opened it.
nice.
You haven't taken anything. Good job. If I had a cookie, I'd give it to you.
I mean, we do need to take some of the, like, at the very least, we need to take that golden hammer club.
Again,
We're authorized to take it.
when the captain gets here,
When the captain gets
you
here,
can take the hammer
okay.
with him up to the fort.
Raoul, are you you willing to wait?
I mean, you could take a look at that crystal if you want to. If we're just putzing around here, you might as well.
Look at the things all you want. I don't care. Just don't take anything out of this room.
Are you going to listen to me as I explain this crystal?
To be honest, I don't really care.
I'll do the best that I can.
Well, in that case, then.
There's a window in this office, right?
There is.
Can I see out of it to, like, people coming up to the barracks?
More or less, yeah. It's on the same wall as the entrance to the barracks, and that it faces. It's sort of on the corner of the cross section, right at the corner of the street that the inn is on, and many of the other shops are on the other cross street. And the northern side goes up to the fort. It kind of overlooks the part that goes up to the fort. So you see anybody coming or going from the manor. And anybody coming from the west, roughly. which would be people coming from the shittier side of town.
I'll sit there and just keep an eye out for the captain approaching.
Understood. Raoul, anything? Raoul, what is the sleight of hand for? What are you trying to?
That was going to be if the second half of my idea would have worked or not. So I was going to say, hey, look, there's Lord Holden, and then quickly stuff the shard in my pocket or something.
Ah, yeah, he shut you down on that bluff.
Yes, I didn't think that was going to work.
What is it that you are doing while you are waiting in this room?
He'll start examining the black shard. He hasn't had one of these yet.
Go ahead and roll an astrocraft. We will come back to you in a few moments. Nithir, Mowgli, anything for you guys for the rest of the afternoon or day? I don't know what sort of plans you both have.
We were going back to the caravan, correct, Neth?
Yeah, but as from a game point of view, the only thing Nithir was going to do is go back and practice the teaching the squirrel common tricks and train animal for a purpose. I'm just working on towing squirrel.
Okay. Go and do your handle animal check for the day.
Nope.
Towing Squirrel's
Ain't
in
in
a
the
bit
mood.
of a funk today. It's like sluggish and tired. He doesn't even bite at either of you. He's just... Maybe he's getting sick? You're not sure.
I put him in this cage and give him a little nest, leave a little food and water there, and then leave him alone.
Okay.
I have no other plans, so Mowgli can do whatever he wants.
Noted. Anything for you then, Mowgli?
No. I'll
Okay.
do my acrobatics training.
Yep.
Neth.
Easy enough. You practice getting your body limber, which is helpful for Mowgli, as there have been many times you've died in ways where being limber has been helpful getting out of it once you're not dead anymore.
Nithirn's like infinitely limber, so if you're trying to get into the poses she's getting into, it's a real trick.
He does his generic versions of them.
Okay. In that case, the two of you just go back to the stables and hang out for the rest of the afternoon.
Yep. No plans.
Eventually, really nothing goes on in the stables of note. Eventually, Drix comes in at some point around afternoon, checks on the horses, feeds them, and then heads off. Raoul, you spend some time with this shard, and you get a pretty good sense. Well, first, it should be noted that for you, Raoul, since you are Drakith, when you look at this shard, and there's that part of you that you can't turn off, that senses the Astron. When this shard is in that sensation, and you focus on it, there's almost like a migraine or an uneasy feeling, queasiness in your stomach you get. There's something off about it. And as you begin to look at it, you can see the signs this was perhaps once a different color. There are just the tiniest flecks of blue, but only in a certain angle, catching a certain angle. Do you see that? But it is 99.9% black. And again, this doesn't refract light black. This void. It holds a fair bit of energy within, you can feel. It is got 67 charges. And I'll get you a handout for this a little later. It amplifies spells with the descriptors of chaotic, curse, death, disease, evil, fear, necromancy, and pain. And it could take the place of any material component with its charges for any necromancy spell. And I say necromancy, but I don't specifically and exclusively mean undead. I more vaguely and broadly saying necromancy in the sense of the unlife aspect and the sway towards death itself, not necessarily only undead.
All right. I start to explain this to Fizz and the guard.
Did you call him Fizz?
He has been calling him Fizz all day. To everyone he's talked to.
Alright. That's what I was checking. I'm good with that. I was just making sure I heard what I thought I heard.
Mal hasn't stopped and corrected him yet, and Raul hasn't, so I've been taking what he's been saying.
At this point, Raul just thinks that we run this place. At this point, really. That's why yesterday when he was just trying to walk into the dungeon thing, he was just like nonchalant, like just going to walk to it. He didn't care.
A note for you, James, in the event that it matters to your time here at all or not. But those other items that I had mentioned very specifically, the armor and the sword also had... You could tell even without casting Detect Magic, they're probably magical.
Yeah, I assumed that they were magic.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I had made that impression clear.
Oh no, that's why I hemmed and hawed for a moment.
Okay, cool. So,
trying to decide if I wanted to do something or not.
Cast without papers?
That's up to
Perhaps.
him. Last thing, Raul. One of the strange things about this black crystal is it also seems to be the opposition of clear, in that all of the other crystals you've come across have dealt with a type of element. For example, like ooze or earth or magma. You've come across fire, other types of crystals like this. But clear, its element is positivity itself, which is a strange concept. It's not fully an element, but in the same sense, it sort of is as well. This one is negativity, the absence of, void.
What's the guard's name?
You haven't asked him.
Fair enough. He wouldn't either. At this point, he's annoyed with this guard. He's like,
He doesn't seem
This-
to pay too much attention to you.
this Astron, it gives off a negative energy. Kind of reminds me of a certain someone. Okay,
Oh, and who might that be?
looks at the guard.
Ah,
Also, Wizroom. Wizroom's always negative too. I tell him this all the time. He needs to cheer up. I'm done here. If I'm not allowed to take these things, I'm done.
Well, I mean, I've seen the captain and all out of the window.
You have not. But Raoul has finished his thing and seems ready to leave. The guard sits there and seems content standing there for as long as he needs. He hasn't been pushy at all.
Would you just follow us up to the fort with these items? I mean, I'm pretty. Maybe the captain's up there.
Diplomacy. I suppose that's the same thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right. Gather the things.
All right.
Quite heavy.
On that note, the plate armor. Are you what all are you taking? I guess is the first question.
I mean, the armor, the sword, the crystal, the Ashron, and the hammer.
Okay. The hammer is like a pound. The crystal's negligible. The armor, however, weighs 50 pounds. And the weapon is 22 pounds.
Our world doesn't carry either any of that shit. Oh, he carries the hammer and the Astron shard.
For if any of that matters.
You can't carry the plate mail or the sword.
My hands are full.
What about you, guard? What's your name, by the way?
Oh, my name's Bill.
Bill.
Bill the guard. All right.
Would you be willing to lend a hand and maybe carry the armor, and I'll carry the sword?
I think I'll carry the sword. You carry the armor. I could sit here and not strain at all.
Okay, I'll carry the armor. You carry the sword.
Can he? Pretty slow.
I'm heavy, but
Oh,
yeah.
So Mal's trudging up the hill.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm just dragging the shit up the hillside of the hill. Only like half carrying it.
Oh no.
Wouldn't it be nice to have a Mowgli around right by now, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be.
You ever heard of necromancy magic, Bill?
No. We're not supposed to do magic.
Fair. So you're saying you've never been interested in anything like magic or
Magic is bad, and it kills people, and nobody knows how to use it. So no, that's bad. That's like setting a fire in my house for no reason. I shouldn't do it because it's just gonna burn my house down.
You know, I've almost done that one time.
Why?
You've almost burned his house down?
Not his house.
Why'd you
My
set a
house.
random fire in your house?
I didn't do it on purpose, okay? It was an experiment. My mom was pissed. Kind of what started leading towards me getting kicked out of my house.
I see. It's a shame.
Maybe. It's ironic when a drac gets that can breathe fire, gets mad at you for making a fire.
You can breathe fire? It's not.
I can't breathe fire.
Your kind
I
can
can breathe-
breathe fire?
Well, some can. I can breathe acid.
Oh. That's weird.
It's not magic though. That's just a normal. That's a natural thing.
Sounds like magic.
It's not. It's natural for. Have you ever met a dragon? Have you ever heard of a dragon?
Oh,
I mean, I don't think he
in the
has.
storybooks. Those are myth too.
Okay. Where do you think Dracus come from?
I don't quite
You
know,
know what-
really.
I believe you're the first he's ever. Well, much like you were the first I ever.
Yeah, I'll have to teach you, Bill.
There's lots of
You got
weird people who come through here.
You got time?
I've seen a bird man before.
And why do you think a dragon's a myth then?
Well, he wasn't a giant bird man. He was just a man, but he looked like a bird.
This guy sounds like Forrest Gump.
Alright.
Not sure what we're gonna get out of him.
Alright, how about later tonight?
I'll meet you at the bar for a pint.
Sure,
You're paying.
I can, sure. But I'm going to explain to you Dracus and dragons.
Sounds good. Oh, hey, Fred. Oh, hey, Bill. How you doing? Just bringing some guys up here.
I remember this one.
Oh! Welcome, travelers. Then he kind of gives you a wink. Roll.
Even if
And
I
you get-
was a woman, I would never sleep with you.
As I go by Fred, I'll just offhandedly remark, well, I hope you two enjoy your drink tonight, to Bill and Raoul.
Oh dear.
Oh god. This is so wrong.
The triangle has been established.
So, you guys get to the front door after somehow signing up for a date night or something later. Drinking buddies.
It's just a normal night for Raul.
As the front door of the manor opens, you see almost immediately coming out of the side room, Lawrence. Ah! Good morning, friends. How can I help you? How may I help you?
Well, we've
This is
got
your
some
thing.
stuff to
You
sh-
explain it. Bill stands in the corner.
Yeah, we got some stuff to show to Lord Holden. We've figured out how to open up the safe in the barracks. We can tell him how to open it.
Not much of that makes sense to me, but if you're here to see Lord Irakaz, he is certainly available.
Sorry, Lord Irakaz. Yes.
It's okay. I've done it a few times myself, too. Takes a little getting used to, you know?
Yeah.
So far, it's better. This way.
I hope so.
Do you ever hear about his uncle?
Can't say I have.
Raul, you need to just stop talking about these things.
It's fine. I think I already told Lawrence about this yesterday.
Right on in here. You see, this door is open, Mel. And as you step into that first little hallway section, right here, Johnny kind of looks over towards you. Gives you the, hey, come here vibe with his eyes.
To
And a
me,
nod from his head, yeah.
okay. I mean, I'll be in a minute, Raul. Gotta speak to my friend here.
Come right on in, sir. Is there a drink, refreshment I can help you with? Perhaps there's something else you need?
I'm actually pretty good, thanks.
Of course. Hey there, Fizz.
Well,
How
hi there, Johnny.
you settling into a new position? Hmm?
For the most part.
Having fun pulling strings?
It's entertaining for now.
I imagine so. Say, I've been thinking. I think I'm going about this the wrong way. Yeah.
Oh?
You and me soon. Let's, well, let me show you the right way.
Okay. When and where did you want to meet? Where is this? Yeah.
Who do you want to do it to, and when do you want to do it? I'm game for whenever. I have to show you how the trade works. I expected you to just understand, to just go about off and do your thing, and it would be beneficial. It's really not. You do a whole lot of talking to nobody for no reason. But if I show you how the trading works, I think that might be helpful for both of us, of course. And of course, whenever you need a little bit of a helping hand, Johnny's always here to get your back, but it's not quite what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the way. I'm talking about how we are going to go from here to there. Together.
Yeah. Of course. I've got two people in mind, but I'm not sure which way to go.
Doesn't matter much which way. As long as it's done.
Do you know Bill?
Can't say I've had the pleasure.
He's guarded town. I don't think anybody would miss him.
Oh, the guy standing out there. Peeks his head out. Alright. I'll follow him home. Figure out where he lives. Meet you back at the bar tonight. Go from there?
Sure.
Well, yeah, this'll do. Yeah, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, you know, if you do just want to cheap out on it, not saying you should, but you should know we can do this to like a squirrel, a dog, a pig, a cow. It just is blech. It's kind of gives you the shakes, you know, when it goes down.
Yeah. I mean, I wanted to have a little fun with Bill today anyway, so...
Good to know. Good to know.
Besides this, so... Be a nice way to cap it off, I think.
He just kind of nods. Goes, picks up an onion. Well, this should do nicely. See you later. Cuts the onion in half.
Yeah.
Looks like he's beginning to dice it.
Okay.
Oh, wonderful! You're here.
Yes,
Y- Your friend here has been delightful.
Yes, you can go on for a little bit. Anyways, the the crystal and the hammer.
I'm sorry. What are you talking about?
Remember how I said that we were looking for some bus in the basement? Below, or not the basement, the
Right,
tunnels
the
below?
basement problem. Yes, that is still a problem, I believe.
Yeah.
How is your task
Yes.
going on that?
Good. We managed to open the safe in the barracks.
Excellent.
Here's the key. How it works is you need to believe that the key is the correct key for the number and turn it as if it were to open the correct door, and that will provide you access to a space is the best way to describe it. You can then put things inside the space and pull things out. You just have to know what you're putting in, well, what you're trying to take out.
I am
There does appear to
glad.
be some gold in there.
Yes, I was expecting that actually. I got a hold of a couple of people from town today, including Odo, the town's treasurer. And when I asked where I might find the treasury, he described that box. So,
Yes.
if all accounts are right, there should hopefully be around 94,000 blues in there.
Yes.
Hopefully, Lord
We did not
Holden's
check that,
records
but
are accurate.
There's definitely gold in there as well.
Yeah, there's also gold coins.
Don't know what we do with gold. I'll have to ask about that. Okay, cool. And you said there was other things? You said something about a crystal and a...
Yeah, so there's this Raoul will show him the hammer and the Astron shard that you found.
I show it
And
to him.
I'll show him the armor, and I assume I can go Bill and show it to him.
Yep. Yep. He gives you the sword.
Yeah.
And you said these things are going to help with any points below. Down there?
Yes, I believe so.
Good.
The armor and the sword, I mean, I think the guard seemed interested in having it for your armory. I would like to just double check it because it might be cursed or something like that. I can examine it, or I do have. If I fail, there is a friend that we could go and get.
Sure. Hold on to it, look into it. To be honest, I would give it to Captain Hurricane, but he's been kind of an ass recently. He's not taking well to all of this change, so...
Yes. Seems like a man who doesn't do well with change. I was going to speak with him about...
If you can, please talk some sense into him. He's still caught up believing that there's more to whatever's going on here. I don't understand it myself, to be honest, but I'm just sort of counting my lucky stars. Something good is happening for once.
Yes.
And making do with it, but he is convinced I have murdered somebody.
Have you?
His idle act. No! Of course not!
Worthwhile question. What's the problem down? What's the problem down there?
Down low?
Raoul.
Yeah, down below.
The
The vault down there is not quite safe for everyone to go down.
I was down there
There's the
yesterday.
Protector. There is the protector of the vault that we have to deal with. I'll step on his toe with my foot.
Ow! Why you step on my foot?
Right? The protector who would harm people that entered that shouldn't be there.
holy crap.
Like, the construct outright
It's
said,
not gonna matter at this point.
but I guess not. There's also that fire thing down there that we were
Sounds awful.
having issues communicating with. That's
Why
a
don't
you try and
terror
talk to
roll.
it?
I guess it's kind of
Well-
down there.
Why don't you lie to him and then you can get a wisdom check and then it would work out good for you.
Well, I know it's down there though.
He knows what's down there, and yet he can't recall that the construct literally said, "Oh, if people come down here except you guys, I'm gonna like blow them up."
Did he say that?
Pretty much, it was like heavily implied.
Okay. But listens to us. We just tell
Yes.
it not to hurt people.
You have an amount of control over the situation? He asks hopefully.
To a certain degree, yes. Raoul, why don't you head down, and I'll catch up.
He shuffles through some papers. He looks like he's converted this little side sitting room into like his personal little workspace. There are actual offices here that you know of, Fizz, but it seems he just enjoys this room for whatever reason. Perhaps it's a little bit less decadent than the rest, you notice.
Yeah.
And he shuffles through and hands you both, they are little metal rods that are 3 inches long, and he has some silk ribbon tied in the center of each. Take these. And he hands. He gives you 4 in total.
What are these for?
I came up with it. This is like the guards know this. If you have this, this is your key, so you can go down below.
Excellent.
I just
Thank
went down there yesterday. No one stopped me.
Yes.
Well-
Well, Raoul, now you won't be stopped. And I
That's
believe
okay.
somebody did try to stop you
Okay.
yesterday.
Except for Fred, which screw that guy.
Well, then go wave the letter in front.
I'm gonna walk. I might. He walks out of the room with hammer and shard still in hand.
Yeah.
If no one stops him, he just goes.
There's no guards out back there, so
All right.
you do see it looks in the snow. They do patrol back here, but it seems very occasionally. I mean, it's like 11 in the afternoon already, and there's only like 2 sets of footprints back here.
Now that second wisdom check was if he was going to call you Fizz or not.
So you start to head down beneath, taking the incredibly long staircase downward. Mal, anything else you were doing here?
Yeah, I mean, I'll.
You were left
How do I
with
feel
the
about cats?
plate
Huh?
armor and the sword on the table as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'll do detect magic and try and identify it.
They're both magical.
So, spellcraft or.
Yep. Two, one for each.
Go. What?
Okay. One moment.
Got rid of all my low rolls. Good.
That's right. Get them in there at the right time. 18s and 20s are always nice.
Yeah. 19, 18, 20. It's like
Yep.
a flush.
Not bad.
Good set of rolls.
And that was a diplomacy because I thought Raul was deciding if he was going to stay or go down to the basement.
Okay. The plate mail is called the Plate of Shadows. It is a +2. It's not full plate. One sec. I forgot the word. I was just looking at it. It's technically considered Hell Knight plate in terms of its base stat line of armor. And it has the shadow and warding enhancements on it. So it gives a +5 competence bonus to stealth checks while wearing it, which helps negate out its -5. Well, it's +2, so -3 armor check penalty. A little bit for stealth.
Mm-hmm.
And when you are in shadow, the shadow like clings to the full plate more, hiding them more in the shadows themselves. And then the warding is once per day as an immediate action. The wearer of this armor can activate it to end any sort of judgment or smite or challenge-based ability. And then as a swift action, you can expend one of your own to refresh this once per day on the armor. Did that not make sense?
No, I'm just considering something.
Okay. Just so you have the raw of those things, I'll just link them here real quick, so that you can copy paste whatever the info. I'll have a handout later. I forgot to put things in Roll20 earlier today when I was doing my notes. I just have everything on my notepads.
So that wouldn't include the binding that I have from Chromazone, right? For the warding thing.
No.
Okay. Well,
It's more meant to be an anti-paladin, anti-cleric type thing. It's meant to help fight. It was clearly constructed with the intent of taking an armored wearer into spaces they normally couldn't sneak into, and then fighting other people of divine nature.
yeah.
What's its value?
I mean, it's expensive.
Yeah, I would think.
A lot.
Plus 3, 9.
8,000, 10,000, 10,000 plus. But oh no, a lot more than that.
12,700, 12,900.
Plus 2,000 for the plate itself, right?
Oh, right, the plate. Yeah, 4,900. 14,900, yeah.
Right.
Well, did I get the sword as well, or?
Yeah, so it is a cross between a greatsword and a bill. So in terms of the weapon statistics, look up a bill, except give it the damage of a longsword and it loses reach. But it still has brace and disarm. And it is still a two-handed slashing weapon. And it's considered a heavy sword, not a polearm.
Okay.
But it has that curved hook blade on the back of the end of it that gives it that disarm and reach quality.
Plus what?
Effectively, mechanically, you just take a great sword and then add brace, and the bill's fighting defensive ability, whichever way you want to do it.
What's its plus? What's its plus?
Yeah, and it is a +2 weapon with planner on it. Which is effective. It effectively pierces the resistances, ignoring 5 of the DR of anything that's considered an outsider.
Yeah. It's at least not cursed. Pretty good weapons. I mean, perhaps the captain could use them. Sure.
And the weapon's worth like 19,000 roughly, off the top of my head.
Yeah. Yeah.
These items are quite valuable, though.
You could save the city.
We could sell them and put the funds towards the city as well. Should I mean, I don't even training is like. Should I speak with him about it?
Who?
Captain Jules?
Ah, Captain Harrican.
Captain
I'm sure he will want a full report on the contents of the chest. And will probably go check it out here shortly myself to confirm the treasury is there. But If the armor and weapon is helpful to you, I am not as concerned of that as I am of other things.
Well, I don't know of anyone that would in our.
And if you finish securing this place for me down below, to the point where perhaps you could even show it to me, I will let you keep them as reward. And that would also be a help to me, because then I would not need to reduce any of the funds out of the treasury to award you. It is easier to give away a thing than money, sometimes.
True.
If that is suitable for you, I guess. You see, like, he was confident at first, but there was this flash of, is you doing the right thing?
Yeah. I mean, it's suitable to me.
Well, then hopefully that is aid enough for you to conquer whatever it is down there.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I guess I'll drag the stuff back to Bill and say, like, look, come on, let's go, Bill. Back down the hill.
Are we putting these things back in the box?
Yeah, well, I want to show them to Captain Hurricane, so see if
Alright.
we can use them at all or whatever.
He goes and he takes the armor from you.
Okay.
And the two of you head back there to wait for Harrigan. Meanwhile, down below. Raoul, you again find yourself deep in the dwarven stronghold. Your magmoid pet, question mark, is bubbling away in the magma pool below. And the runic golem appears, sensing your arrival, and awaits you up on the dais.
All right. Making progress.
There's no response.
Rune Guardian.
Yes, sparked one.
I pull out the forging hammer that I found. Is this the quill of creation?
You have indeed found the quill of creation.
Excellent. I also got this. He shows the black Astron crystal.
Analyzing. The object this one holds does not give off a recognized signature. Astron is detected, yet Astron is not detected.
That makes sense. I gotta
Inconclusive reading.
I have to put it towards the cluster, don't I?
Inconclusive.
I wonder what Bill would do if I didn't come back with the shard. I'm not that worried. I could kill him if I wanted to. Hey, if anyone who's not Spark come down here, what are you going to do? Rune Guardian.
What are your assigned directives? Current orders are to annihilate and eliminate all intruders.
If
and
That's
add
true.
their belongings as fuel to the fires of this place.
Who told you this?
The master of the transcendent minds.
Do I outrank him?
Affirmative. As you are
Excellent.
sparked.
Alright. How about we don't kill them? But you don't let anyone down here, though, of course, okay? This is our area. But you just keep them scared, okay? Don't kill anyone. How about that?
And
Hurt
if
them.
force is used, I am to force
Okay.
them from entering without violence, without hurting.
Okay, how about this? Someone comes down here in a non-forceful way. Don't kill them. But they start showing force, do what you gotta do.
Understood. A non-forceful solution. Collapse the staircase. Neither harms the entrance, nor allows them access to this place.
Yeah, it doesn't. That works for me.
Wow.
Understood.
Oh
I
well.
hear many pigeons.
Pigeons want to talk so bad, but I'm not going to.
Would that stop me from coming down here?
Affirmative. The staircase would be collapsed.
Okay, let's not do that, okay? I still want to come down here. I don't know. Let's...
Please
People
inform
are-
this one of a possible solution to your query.
Okay. That's not a good idea either. But we don't want just everyone coming down here. Why does Fizz keep on acting like his father's not his father? Why doesn't he just say, hey, I'm Fizz? We could solve this so much easier. We could fucking run this city.
Do we
I
really
do
care
not.
about the city? I mean, come on. This place is a joke.
I think Fizz does. This is his home.
Yep.
That's why this is the Fizz's thing. Yeah.
We're also not murder hobos.
Nope.
Hmm.
Unless they look delicious, then Mowgli would eat them.
Also, this cave thing has a propulsion
Alright, how about this?
turn on.
As a solution for right now. We're going to talk to the people up above. Alright? But if anyone comes down here with the sparked, they're okay, okay?
Understood. With the escort of a sparked one, entrants are not to be harmed.
Yes.
Entrants without a sparked one are thus to be harmed. Confirm.
Yeah, that works for now. That's good. How's the progress in the hallway?
Approximately 9 days remain until hallway access.
And then you start working on the control room, right?
Correct.
Alright.
Time to completion unknown, unable to access, currently to assess.
That's fine. I'm sure it's going to take a while. We got nothing but time.
Correct. This fortified stronghold has stood the test of time for nearly 1,600 cycles.
That's a long time.
Its estimated time to natural decay is another 30 million cycles.
Damn. Well, you keep on keeping on. I just thought I'd come down here and check on you. And also give you new orders on letting people down here.
Did you leave the quill, or just curious? I just want to make sure you're specific at what you did with it.
I still have the quill on me.
Okay.
He's going to probably keep that on him as long as he can. Hey, Magma. How you doing? What you eat?
It picks up a rock, stuffs it in its side,
Makes sense.
holds out a rock to you.
I take the rock.
And it's this like arm that is magma itself, just given shape and form. Even the eyes are just holes. It sits there expectantly looking at you.
I toss the rock at him.
It slaps into his form and just sinks in.
Good catch.
Roll
Alright, you keep on keeping on.
a rock flies past your shoulder and hits the staircase.
He was playing catch.
I will. I'm not going to do my blast and try to hurt it, but I'm going to pick up the rock with my kinetic ability and toss it back at him.
It's a good thing you pick it up with your kinetic ability, because it is kind of dripping in molten magma and is incredibly hot, like somewhat red.
Yeah,
Picking that up with your hand would have been a poor choice indeed. But with your kineticist abilities, you grab onto it, and what remains, the essence of rock, is still there. It's not yet magma. You throw back at the magmoid.
You know, one of these days I'm going to have to spend like a lot of time down here, but not today. You guys do your thing. He just goes back up.
And with that, let's take a quick 5-10 minute break. I need to warm up something real quick. You go to the bathroom. So for stream, we shall be back in just a few moments to return with whatever more shenanigans happen in town today. Alrighty, welcome back. So, everyone returns to their respective areas. Mal, you await Captain Harrican at the barracks, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Eventually, about a couple hours before dinner, Captain Harrican does come back. It seems he came from the west, as you saw him come up the road. And he is not dressed fully in his captain's uniform or his armor. He's wearing civilian clothing. And you come back, or he comes back and opens up the door, sees the two of you in the room. Anything in particular you've been doing in the office during this length of time?
I mean, 100%. While I was like watching at the window, I was sitting in his chair with my feet up on his desk. But seeing him approach, I'll stand up and put the chair back.
And Bill seemed to have zero complaints about this the whole time. In fact, he pulled up one of the guest seats at one point and did the same with you on the other side of the desk. So there's like a few dirt crumbs mixed in the papers here and there now.
Yeah,
But-
Bill's a rebel. I like Bill.
Captain Harrican comes in. Ah, wonderful. You're back. Have you figured anything out? Oh, yeah, they figured a whole bunch out.
We managed to open up the safe.
Excellent.
And,
And its contents
we
are
took
secure.
well, yeah, so we took up a couple of the items up to show Lord Irkaz. He approved
Did you
us.
now? And he looks over at Bill,
Yeah.
like, I know what you did. We'll talk later. And
I mean, we would have waited for you. We didn't know when you'd be back.
it's fine. What did you learn?
Yeah, well, I mean, we learned that, how to open up the safe. We shared that information with, Lord Irkaz. He's got the key again. So yeah, he should be down at some point. Come take a look.
Wonderful. And your next role in this matter, or are we done here?
I mean, so there's this plate armor that, Lord Holden, or not Lord Holden. Keep screwing that up. Lord Irkaz mentioned something about war payment or something, and personally, I don't see myself wearing this heavy armor. It's not cursed or anything, in my understanding, but I don't know if you'd want it or if you're trained to wear this sort of thing.
If you leave it here, I can take a look at it and see if any of my men are equipped or able to wear such armor. To be honest, this looks more military issue.
Yeah. It's worth quite a bit more than just its appearances, and that money could.
What do you
I
mean? Is it made of something special?
Well, it's magical.
I told you, sir. I see. And I presume you have the paperwork to carry such magical goods then on your person. You were quite dodgy about showing it before for casting, but if you were to carry these goods through town, you likewise will still need the same symbol.
I'm leaving them here with you. Like, they're on the floor over there. I certainly don't want to be lugging these stupid things. They're much too heavy.
Understood. I will package them up and have them await for an arbiter to arrive and assess them, and then they will decide what's to be done with it.
Okay.
You do understand the procedure, yes? Being one who works in politics with Lord Irakaz after the late Lord Holden mysteriously passes.
Who said he passed?
Or, sorry, that was me, slip of the tongue, because I know the story. After Lord Holden up and disappears.
To a certain extent.
Where did you say you previously worked again? And whom for? Opportunity. Which quarter did you live in?
Oh, I didn't live there. Work.
But you did politics there.
No, I didn't do politics there.
So what did you do in Opportunity in the fish quarter?
I was a bard.
Oh,
I've
a
told you
bard.
this before.
Yes,
Yes.
you played songs.
Yeah, I play songs.
How strange, a bard working for a lord. Open a box.
Because of my work, I know a lot of people. So there was a Drakith I'm traveling with that was able to help sort out the situation with the box.
Of course. And where would you be staying tonight?
I don't see how that's important for you to know.
I don't see why it matters if you dodge it. There's only one place in town to stay.
I hear that there's two.
Have a wonderful evening, Mal.
Yes, well. Godspeed to your son.
My son?
Yeah, your son. What? Didn't
What does
go
he have to
to the armory?
do with any of these pleasantries?
I was just, wishing him well. That's all.
Thank you.
It's important to serve you.
Very.
Yes. Yes. Much like it is more important to serve this village than necessarily any one leader of it.
There.
There's opportunity now, I think, to make this a better.
This is no opportunity.
Maybe not today, but perhaps one day. Why? This town could be sitting on something much larger and more important than any of us could imagine.
Of course. It is a very well coveted defensible position from the north. Again, another reason why it is strange Lord Holden would up and leave on such short notice. Considering the
I heard an opportunity.
rising tensions in the north.
I mean, I don't know. It sounded to me like, from what I heard of him in Opportunity, that he's much more concerned about himself more than serving his country.
Bluff diplomacy. I'm not sure what. Roll one of the charisma check skills that isn't intimidate. Because you're kind of lying, kind of truth. Like it's a very strange. You use perform anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I mean, I know of a few places, a few of the houses that he visited on his journey.
Oh, maybe I'll yeah. Well, maybe I'll reach out to those foreign contacts and, see if they were successful.
Foreign contacts successful in what?
Oh. If Lord Holden were here, he would understand. It's only a matter of time, and he sits down behind his desk and puts his feet up on it. Don't worry, this city shall be safe.
I see. Interesting that you would be so proud that your son would fight for Duhana.
It's the freest country on the continent. You can do what you want here. If you want to be a king, you start a kingdom. You just have to deal with a silly arbiter that comes around snooping about magic from time to time. More like house cats than anything else. Nasty scratch, but mostly all talk. But no, it is the kings and lords of Duhana where true freedom lies. Otherwise, you're doomed under somebody else's rule in some other situation.
Well, it was an interesting conversation.
Oh, indeed it was. I'll look into the armor. Don't worry, it'll be well taken care of.
I'm sure it will. I'll go to leave.
Where's the sword? Did you leave it?
I left it there, yeah.
Okay. That's what I wanted to make sure, because he would have fussed if you left with it.
Yeah.
Where are you leaving to, Mal?
I'm gonna go.
Sorry, say again, you broke up.
No, I paused. I'm gonna go. Sure, to the tavern that we're staying in.
Okay. I'm sure Fizz does. Nithir and Mowgli, you guys don't have anything else for the day. Raoul, did you have anything else for the day before we jump back to Fizz? As my spotlight is running.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
It's good.
The others are
this
just
is
chill.
your
They're
town.
just chilling.
Yeah, I'm fine chilling. This is your town, man.
If they wanted to jump in, they always have that capability of joining. But I want to give ample opportunity for everybody too, because this is sort of always a little weird role play when we go into town and people start doing their own agendas.
So, When he gets back up from the underground, the basement area,
Yes.
cavern, does anyone stop him?
No. Not on the way out. I guess let me clarify. Do you take the route you have every time that you've done at this point, up to this point?
Yeah.
Okay. On your way back through the manor, through the back door, that Johnny guy stops you, Raoul. Hey, you. Name's Johnny. Holds his hand out.
Nice to meet you.
And your name?
Raoul.
But Raoul what?
Vintdova.
You always should be careful. Names have powerful meaning.
Funny thing. You say that.
It is quite funny. Do you have a fun tale? I don't
my
mean
name.
literally.
Oh, okay. So, why'd you stop me?
Well, first, I wanted to know your name.
That's Raoul.
Secondly, you're friends with Fizz, correct?
Friends, colleagues.
Sorry, Mal. Or is that the way you do it? I forget what you say first. Fizz, Mal, then you say the other? I forget which one it is.
I don't even know why he's even trying to hide his identity anymore.
It depends on who you're trying to hide from.
Well, currently it's... Okay, how well do I know? I do not fucking know.
You
Johnny,
have
do I?
no fucking idea who this man is and why he's walked up to you and just casually seems so goddamn familiar with you for some reason.
Damn it, but Raoul would fall for this type of stuff, though.
You do you. So,
Yeah.
you and Fizz been friends long?
I've known him for a couple months.
Only a couple months. More than me. Does he usually get things done, or is he the kind you gotta push?
Usually gets things done, but in a weird way.
Ooh, I like that. That could be fun. That could be useful. Who knows? Maybe you'll be useful one day. Pats you on the shoulder, turns around and walks away.
I'm very useful, by the way.
Not to
I
me,
know every.
he says over his shoulder.
Well, who are you?
I'm Johnny.
I hate everyone in this damn castle. Johnny, Fred, Bill.
And you
God.
find your way to wherever you're going.
He just leaves the keep without handing back the shard or the hammer, because they've completely forgot about him.
Yep. Lord Irakaz has a lot on his plate. I have kept that in mind. So, where are you headed?
He's heading back to his room.
To his inn. Okay, are you going to back to Sears Watcher?
Yeah, he likes to see her watch more.
Okay, you've abandoned this inn. Got it.
But he'll come here. For
Yeah,
like,
I was gonna say there's nobody to talk to at the other one.
True. But he'll come back here if like we gotta have a meeting or something. But he just likes to see her watcher for.
Also, when you head back to Sears Watcher this afternoon at first, Raoul, you notice that she's not here, She's left a note for you that if you are going to go to bed, lock up, but everything should be safe. And there's no food, no drink, no people. Like, until she's back later, there's no refreshments.
God
So there's that.
What's the point of holding a tavern if you're not going to have food or drink? All right, I gotta do the walk of shame back to the other place.
Walk of shame. I love it.
All right. You walk of shame back.
But
Oh, good.
before he goes back, he goes inside, goes in the room he was in, and puts the hammer and the shard into the little treasure chest thing that's by the bed.
Duly noted.
I would like to change what I'm gonna do.
Understood.
I'm gonna head back towards the tavern, but I'm gonna go into an alleyway, and I'd like to keep an eye out for Captain Harkin and follow him home.
Okay. How are you going about waiting? Are you just casually standing across the road?
I'll find a bush that or a cluster of trees. Look around, make sure nobody shift my form using my hat of disguise.
You have to wait. You have to wait a few minutes before you find the opening for the hat of disguise, as this is like the main crossroad of town.
Yeah.
But easily enough. After a while, it is winter, so there are less people on the streets.
And then I'm just like loitering.
Okay. Any type of person in particular you've taken the appearance of that is crouched, huddled underneath the edge of a bush in the snow?
Beggar. I look like a beggar.
Got it.
A poor old beggar who for some reason decided to come out to Holden Keep.
Yeah, and I mean you used to play the Striking Giant a lot long ago, and there are beggars from time to time, but usually they pass through. But it has not been unheard of. Okay.
I'll be like a drunk.
Fair enough. Much more suitable for Holden.
Yeah.
People have homes, they just drink themselves to them. For the most part. Alright, we'll go ahead and roll a disguise check. In the event, I know you get a +10, but in the event that his oh shit. Because he is not a spring chicken and actually has a little bit of a perception.
I believe this. What do I need to get? I have a +17. I need to get at least a 10.
It's a 50-50 shot right now.
Fuck.
Yes! Drama! Action.
All right. So, you wait for Captain...
We gotta call these things fizzerisms.
Fizzerisms. I love that term. So, okay, let me think. Hold on. Because that's for the disguise itself. Meaning he sees through it to some degree.
It gets tricky because what does he see?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to...
I would think it would have to be a threat, right? I mean, is there any other way to see it from his point of view?
Who he sees.
Well, that I don't know.
Exactly.
Right, because physically you're seeing a drunk. But because of the checks, there is something about this drunk. Because the dice have decided this, a little bit of the narrative is decided by it. That metal rod with the ribbon that Lord Irikaz gave you, That's still sticking out of your pocket in your disguised form. A tiny detail that Mal generally never overlooks. So, Captain Harrigan comes out of the watch. And just keeps walking down the road. From your point of view, didn't seem to notice you. Roll a perception check. Actually, sense motive. Okay. As they're walking past, like, you can see there's like a few hidden glances that he catches. Like, you see the
Back.
yeah, you see like him peek back once, and as he's walking towards you, when he first gets out, you see his face like drop from like a half smile to like a oh shit. Like his whole mannerism and his way of holding himself just suddenly changes when he seems to notice you. But it is still a little subtle. It's not like, you know, super obvious, but you pick it up, being keen of sight. Whether he's worried about the drunk or he knows something more, leave to Fizz's imagination, but... Get rid of some of
I'm
this.
going to give him more lead time, but still follow him.
Okay, roll a stealth check then at this point, as he might just assume he lost you or you lost him.
I need to use my boon. I need to use my boon.
Excellent. You have burned
You have
your
to add a
intention.
D6.
You do. Oh.
Fuck, that's still not good enough.
Oh.
Against his perception?
I rolled
Yeah,
it. It
he
was
already
10.
rolled
He
it.
rolled an 18.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so here's the situation, because mechanically you don't know the dice, narratively.
Mhm.
It looks like you don't see him look back at all. You follow him for some time. You think you're pretty well hidden. You're off on the edges. You're keeping to alleys. You're staying behind edges of buildings, giving him lots of lead time. He turns a corner.
Does he
You
eventually...
go. You what?
So, go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say he turns the corner a couple buildings ahead, down another street. You know this is into the slums. You get up to that corner, and just as you begin to peek around, a hand comes around the edge, grabs you by the collar, and pushes you against the wall. He's not like fully trying to restrain you yet, but I guess he technically is getting a surprise round.
Yeah, that sounds like a surprise round to me.
So he tries to grab you with a 19 versus CMD.
That is just barely gonna beat my CMD.
Okay, so he turns that corner and he slams you, catches you totally off guard against the wall. I don't want to have to fully
he gets
enter
a will
round.
save.
Go ahead. Okay. For
My disguise.
21.
I mean,
Oh, because he's grabbing through it? Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
That probably gets it.
Yeah.
because the DC is a 10 plus spell level plus whatever the ability score modifier of the caster would have been when they created that item.
Yeah.
So it's assumed minimum. So I think the DC is probably like 15, 16, somewhere in there.
Yeah. Yeah. So he sees me for who I am. Then.
For who you
Full
truly are.
Truly are.
Which is
Who
still
I
someone he's
truly
never
am.
met. Oh, you lucky son of a bitch. So he throws you against the wall, and he says, "Who are you? Why are you following me?" And you see he has a dagger in one of his hands.
Oh, he doesn't know you.
He's
Lord
never seen
Holden told me to
Fizz.
watch over you.
Holden, you said Holden.
Yes, I said Lord Holden told me to watch over you.
For what purpose? Why have I never seen you before?
Keep you
Speak
safe. He was
quickly
worried
and
about your
carefully.
safety
Why?
because of the attempt on his life.
Now, roll your
Bluff.
bluff. Roll your bluff.
Ooh.
Damn it!
You used up all your good rolls earlier.
Ooh. He goes, "We'll see about that. Come with me. Do not resist.
Okay. I
If you
won't
are who you
resist.
say you are, and you are friend, then you'll be able to make this make sense."
Yep. Of course.
And he leads you through town to the barracks. Opens the door in the hallway. "Oh, who you got here, sir?" "Don't know. Guard the door. Stop asking questions. Still pissed at you from earlier." "Sir, I didn't do anything." "You directly disobeyed." "We'll talk about this later." And he leads you into a cell. Says, "Take off your pack, remove your arms, set them in this box.
Why?
I'm keeping you until I can verify your story." If you are who
don't
you
believe
say
my
you
story?
are, you know what's truly happened here. And there's a whole lot of mystery going on here, and things don't make sense. So I'm looking for an ally. Just bear with me and let me verify your claim. I'm on your side. It seems perhaps part of your lie took hold, but not all of it.
Well,
He seems he's a little hard to get a read on, but there's definitely an amount of paranoia. This is the look of a man who's caught up in a conspiracy that he can't prove. But that's fairly obvious to see. How he's particularly feeling, you're not sure, though.
so he's no longer like got grappled, or
No, he's led you back to the guardhouse.
the worst thing is nobody's going to believe you. I'm going to cast a compulsive liar on him.
Hey, Glass, how you doing, man? Thanks for the follow. Compulsive liar, go ahead. He needs to roll a will save. Okay.
Oh, man.
Unfortunate. Unfortunate
cast.
indeed.
I'll see if I have time. I'll cast invisibility, but
Pathfinder is fantastic. Go ahead and roll initiative, as that spell would be your equivalent of a surprise round.
But it doesn't mean he knows what you cast on him. He just knows you did something.
Absolutely.
I beat
Okay.
him in initiative.
So, since this is the case, if you did not beat him in initiative, I was going to call the session here a few minutes early because it was a good place. But you beat him. So, as he goes to pull his sword, and he starts to shout, "Bill, lock the door!" And he's like got his sword halfway out of the sheath. You kind of look side to side. Oh shit! Grab out the components you need and sling out the words for invisibility real quick, and you were gone.
I'm going through that fucking door.
Now go ahead and give me a stealth, just to be Kate. Just because. I know we get a plus 20 to it, but okay.
Oof.
Okay. So there is it doesn't all happen like you don't just book it right out of the door, right? Like you have to like stay off to the side because you don't want to bump into him either. So you have to like stand off to the side for a minute. He comes into the cell, he swings around a bit, he's looking around, feeling around like he knows there must be magic or something funny up to this. You barely miss like a swipe in front of your face, and then you kind of swing around to the side and slip your way up towards the front. Now, the problem is Bill, at this point, has already shut the door, but not yet fully locked it. You see he's fumbling with his key, but you can see the door that is shut just beyond him. What do you do? There's a lot of windows there. Not in the current hallway he's in.
No.
This isn't. Sorry, I'm on the wrong map. I don't have a map for the barracks that he's in right now. Sorry for that confusion.
I mean, all. Yeah, I mean, I'll try and push past him
Okay.
to get through the door.
Go ahead and do me an acrobatics check. This is less about like brute strength pushing him and more about like finding that, opening to slip through and kind of give him a little nudge just to get him out of the way, just enough to get the door open.
Yeah.
And you do so just barely. I was still equating it to his CMD, but I was just letting you use something else because felt more appropriate. And you slip out, and your feet hit the street. You hear Bill making a commotion behind you. "Oh, sir! Something just bumped me! I can't see it!" And they're freaking out. What do you do?
I mean, I run into the forest away
Okay.
from and take on the persona of Mal.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. If I think of Johnny, do I summon him? Because I'll be thinking of Johnny as I'm going back towards the
It
bar.
is not a thought. You actually have to that you have to get up the contract and specifically summon him if that's what you're trying to do.
No, I just wanted to change the target.
The target of what?
He wanted to know who. I assume we were going to kill somebody tonight.
Oh, I see.
I'll go up to the. I'll instead of going back to the tavern, I'll go up to the
keep.
To the keep. And I'll stroll by the guards, papers in hand.
Yep.
and go to look to find Johnny.
Easy enough. You find him in one of the offices on the side when you first come
Ah,
in. Seems he's just
change of
helping
plans.
himself to everything here.
Yeah, change of plans, Johnny.
Oh, what do you mean?
Let's. I want to deal with Captain Harkin. Bill seems like a good guy now that I've talked to him a little bit.
Oh, are you sure that's what you want to do? I'm
Yes.
Don't get me wrong, I am fine with this. It's just we might call him a noteworthy soul. Certainly,
Yeah.
you know, worth a little more. But well, it would be a little bit more of a challenge to bring down. You sure you're up for that sort of thing? You got a little friend you want to bring along, perhaps? Bumped into your fun little lizard friend earlier today. He's so clueless. How do you deal with it?
It's painful sometimes.
That's
I mean,
not much better than the other company you keep. One who can't even talk. One who all he cares about is food and what's in his face. That one. I can kind of see why, I suppose. They're easy to manipulate, all of them.
I mean, Johnny, I think, and I'll pull out the contract. I mean, I think we have all the help we need, right?
Oh. Do you wish to take the next step in our relationship so soon? Oh, I am delighted. I would be happy to help. Absolutely. I was just going to, coach from a distance, but this is much more exciting.
My thoughts exactly.
I'll have to get my best silks on for tonight. Ooh, which ones will look best in red? Suppose we'll have to see. Maybe a nice yellow. That always leaves a nice aftermark. I suppose it depends. We'll talk more later. This is not a good place. Not a good place. Well, we'll meet up at your bar later. Yeah? Where all you little pals like to hang out.
Yeah.
They're welcome to come. It's always interesting bringing more people into the soul trade.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think Nithyan would be cool. Maybe Raoul.
Well,
maybe Mowgli.
You got the dark brooding little friend that's always in the corner all the time too.
Ah, yes, there is Wizard. He would definitely.
Yeah, he's already dabbled, shall I say?
Yeah.
I can feel it. I can smell it, sense it.
Not for you though, I don't.
For me, what?
His dabbling. I don't think he was doing that for you though.
Oh no! I have no idea who the man is. You're the interesting one. You're the one who has direction, opportunity, possibility.
Plenty of possibilities.
Of course. Well, I'll show you how it's done tonight, and perhaps a little afterwards. Then we'll get into the what we do it for and why.
Mm-hmm.
Well, good luck. Meet you later. Sounds good. As he runs off.
Looks like he's getting aggro.
Yeah, I saw aggro. So, Raoul, you go back to the bar eventually while we wait for him. And you see Wizrun, Drix, Willie. They're all there. Wizrun's sitting at the bar. Drix is here. Willie's with Wizrun. Actually, no, they're not talking. Drix is talking to a random man. That's what you return to. You see across the street the stable door still open. You see Nithir and Mowgli inside moving about.
Hey, Drix.
Well, hey, how's it going?
I'm fine.
That's good. Something you need?
Nah, just this place is more active.
Oh yeah, it's a tavern. Should be active. Were you looking to get into a little something tonight? Huh?
What do you mean by that?
Perhaps a good night drinking with the buds? Maybe playing some music, dancing, imbibing?
I'm always down for a drink.
He flags
You
his
know
hand
you-
up. Gerald, get us 2 rounds. Of course, right away.
You know you can't trick me under the table, though.
Oh hell, I'm not gonna drink you under the table. I learned that lesson. I have a couple of nice drinks. I'll play my guitar. Everybody will love it.
Now that sounds lovely.
All right. Wizroon, get over here, you sad sack of shit. What?
You know, I saw something that reminded me of you today, Wizroon.
What was that?
I found a black Astron shard.
He like drops everything. He's like he puts his cup down. Raoul,
Yeah?
come with me.
Alright. Is this like last time?
Probably. Come with me.
You know I like to just say things.
He gets in, he like kind of pushes past you a bit and slams the door shut. What in the hell are you doing? Are you trying to
What?
get us all killed?
What's wrong with what? That's black. It's Astron.
Yeah, something most people
Negative.
don't know about, so it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Or the people who do know about it see black, they think bad. They think undead. They think disease. They think kill that man while where he stands and take it from him.
That's why it remind me of you.
That's the vibe I give you.
Like you're negative all the time.
Because I have friends that run around shouting death wishes in the middle of fucking crowded taverns.
Who knows what Astron is in this goddamn tavern?
Geralt does, Drix does, Willie does. That's just a few
Okay.
that I know.
But Drix and Willie are our friends, and Gerald. Actually, I don't really.
Do you
like
know
Gerald.
if Gerald is our friend or not?
I don't like him.
How
He
many
doesn't
of
know
the
how to
people
make
out there are guards off duty?
Okay, I
Do you
don't
know?
have any faith. I don't have any faith when it comes to these guards and their knowledge of things.
Be that as it may, of all the Astron, Black is the one you don't talk about in public.
Okay.
If you want to know more about it, I can teach you, I can show you. Just not in
What do
public.
you know about?
Please.
What do you know about Black Astron?
A bit. It'll be hard to explain. Also,
Alright.
in chat, Glass is asking what kind of kineticist you are.
Geokineticist.
And
So,
Drakith is effectively a dragonborn race in my campaign setting.
Actually, Geo and I can't remember what the
Earth
wind-
Lightning,
wind-
right?
I'm Earth, yeah, Earth and Lightning right now. because I am level 7.
Yeah, they just hit level 7. So, as Wizrun starts off scolding you and turns into about to tell you a bit about Black Astron, and Mal, as you make your plans for this evening's activities to meet up at the tavern and go from there with Johnny, we will end the session there for this week. Wild stuff. So, as far as stream is concerned, thank you for stopping by. Thanks for hanging out, Glass. Sorry that you're only catching the back end of our thing here a little bit. But nevertheless, hope you had a good time. Okay, I have to ask, how much burn are you carrying from the morning, Raoul? Do you have an answer? He says, okay, I have to ask, how much burn are you carrying from the morning? Do you start the day with 0, or I don't remember off the top of my head how your burn works.
I start at 0 because if I get a full 8-hour rest, I lose all burn.
Yeah, they've been in town for a couple of days, so they haven't done combat in game for like a week because they had some travel as well before they got here. But in any event, thank you for stopping by. You start with, but you always have to have benefits. And maybe we'll have to relook at his burn then again, maybe neither of us understood it right. But in any case, if you want to catch more of our sessions and stuff, we do this Pathfinder game every Friday evening, 7 p.m. EST. We also have a Curse of the Crimson Throne we do every other Wednesday, and we do a Pokemon RPG, which isn't Pathfinder, but we do that every other Tuesday as well. All same times, we all start around 7.
Starbind.
And just recently a Starfinder game. Yep.
That opposite Wednesdays.
Yes, indeed. The other opposite of Crimson Throne on Wednesdays. So, if you want to come watch and check out more Pathfinder content, feel free to check that out. I've got my YouTube down below if you want to watch any of the past sessions and catch up on stories, or come check out the Discord and hang out with us. But, in any event, until next time, have safe travels and happy adventures.